that the most creative space in me is my childlike wonder. Or for individuals anywhere, I really want us to tap into remembering what it was like to be a toddler that believed any and everything was possible. Being born in Kansas City, Kansas, living in Kansas City, Missouri, and moving just about every 3 years of my life, I don't really have any place I call home other than where I am in the time, in the moment. I've lived in 40 states and 3 countries, so being in military service for 23 years, United States Army, HUA. So I'm pretty simple, mother of 6, life of the party. I love to dance, I love kids, and I love changing people's lives. I became a senior NCO in my service, and as my soldiers began transitioning outside of military service, they were either going back to impoverished neighborhoods, or they were going back to places that they would have preferred maybe not to be. It began to make me understand that I needed to start planting those seeds early. So whenever I got a new soldier, I would make them think about their life beyond military service. From that place is where my first client in my company was birthed, even before my company itself was born. I became, my first company was J&J Construction, so I'm a serial entrepreneur. And J&J Construction was birthed in Detroit, Michigan. The business transitioned into a business called Blessed Beyond Bounds, because I realized that I definitely had been blessed beyond what society probably thought I would ever be or become, yet even some of my family members. As those service members kept coming and kept transitioning and they kept getting out, one of them actually made mention of the fact that my part in their life was always going to be a part of their legacy. And from that place, that's how the company that I have now, Aeonian Legacy Consulting and Management Group, was born. Having very little support in the African American community, not necessarily by the community members, but by the community at large, in how do you start a successful business? How do you scale a successful business? Where do you find funding for a business? How do you write a business plan? The things that some people got to find out while they went to school, I had to kind of dig and find out for myself. So it was very challenging to start a business at first. But I'm thankful that I went through the hard roads and the roadblocks so that I would be able to share my information with other people so they didn't have to have the same one. Like I said, there was a soldier that told me that I would forever be a part of his legacy. And I thought about my family history, and then I began thinking about what am I really doing here? I wanted to live beyond my lifetime. Aeonian means lasting for an immeasurably long period of time. It doesn't have per se a beginning or an end. It just has space. So that's how Aeonian Legacy came to be, because that's what I want my legacy to be, lasting. The most creative space in me is my childlike wonder. And for all of my clients and for anyone that I meet, or for individuals anywhere, I really want us to tap into remembering what it was like to be a toddler that believed any and everything was possible. Because as we become adults, we forget how to just live. So I wanted to tape in Amaya Papaya because this place helps me remember that. It helps me remember that there's color in the world. It helps me remember that there's creativity in the world. It helps me remember that anything's possible. That our community won't change. And I can't overcome that by myself. My biggest fear is that we'll never see how great we can be.
My biggest fear is that so many people will continue to not know where their next meal is coming from. So many people in our community will continue to not understand economic development. So many people will continue to not see generational wealth. But I can't overcome that fear by myself. It takes all of us. It takes every adult. It takes not just Aeonian legacy. It takes not just the mom and pop diner on the corner. It takes every small business owner. It takes every church. It takes every nonprofit organization for us to actually begin to collaborate with one another, and for us to talk to each other, and for us to care about more than making a dollar in order for that fear to be overcome. I've been fighting what feels like an uphill battle for over 20 years. And what that has looked like for Aeonian Legacy, it has been almost a solo job. There have been a few that have caught the vision and caught the passion and come run alongside to try to catapult or put some juice into and fire into the vision to help it spread. But for the most part, it's been an uphill battle alone until recently. You know, it's very refreshing, and that word doesn't do it justice. When you meet someone or you engage with another company that feels like, breathes like, looks like you. Anybody watches Flash? I'm a huge Flash. Yeah, I'm a kid. I'm a huge Flash fan. And in that doppelganger space, my me is Aeonian Legacy. And Aeonian Legacy met its soulmate. It met Ovia Marketing. And in that space, we are merging to become one. It's that unique union that births things. It's that unique union that breathes things. It's that unique union that creates life a different way. So we're not doing it by ourselves anymore, and we are so freaking excited about that. It takes hard work and diligence and commitment. And now is the time that all the things that Aeonian has put into the earth and all the things that Ovia has put in the earth get to actually show the budding and the fruit of the planting that we've done all this time. Now because we met, now because it's right, now because our society is in a position or point in life where we can maximize opportunities. But at the end of the day, why not? Now. We are actually in the process of working through the paperwork for our merger. We have finalized our LLC. I don't know, can I say the name? Ta-da! We will be Aeonian Ovia